This is the lesbian flag. Did you know that the lesbians had their own flag? They don't use it a ton, but it's around. I've never checked to see if the different shades are supposed to mean anything, but I like to pretend that the more pinkish shades represent femininity, and then the orange stripes up top represent U-Haul. This one is the bi flag. Clearly, the blue represents masculinity and the pink represents femininity. The purple represents the fact that they could go either way, and the fact that none of these colors look good together represents the fact that they don't got time to worry about flags. The world is their oysters, and they got to find someone who isn't too needy. There's the trans flag, which represents how much trans people like cotton candy. This is the gay men's flag. Yes, that's right. The rainbow one doesn't specifically exclusively represent gay men. Pretty sure it never did. The rainbow flag has always been owned by the whole queer community. This one kind of looks like the color palette for a little boy's bedroom who is hiding in the closet, terrified that someone's going to find out that he's gay. So I don't even really think that it fits us that well, but this is the flag that's supposed to represent gay men. Personally, these days, I would probably just use like the grinder sound, but whatever. A few other notable ones include the asexual flag, the genderqueer flag, and the intersex flag. Now, of course, the most famous pride flag is this one. But the original actually had 8 colors, and they all meant different funny hippie things like nature, sunlight, and magic. And people loved the flag, but making an 8 color flag was expensive, and getting pink and lighter blue fabrics was expensive, so for practical reasons, flag makers standardized on the really iconic 6 color rainbow flag. And this is the one that queer people had throughout our most successful periods in terms of rapidly shifting popular opinion. And that's not an accident. Not all logos, flags, and other iconography are created equal. Queer people used lots of different symbols, like the lambda, the pink triangle. Lesbians were really big on axes at one point. But this was the symbol that said, we are bright, we are vibrant, we are varied, everyone is included. With this flag, you didn't have to be the lonely kid who nobody understood, including yourself. You could be part of something bigger. The flag itself was inherently non-individualistic, just by color palette. And given that most people think of the primary colors as being red, yellow, and blue, it includes those as well as their contrasting colors, which are also the colors that you get when you blend those types of paint. Now, personally, when I think of the rainbow, I tend to think in wavelengths of light. And when I think of primary colors, I think of red, green, and blue, but we don't need to get into light-based color theory. Did I mention I may have a bit of a background in graphic design? So, what are the other reasons the rainbow flag was great? If I ask you to draw one of the many versions of the Progress Pride flag, would you bet me money that you're going to get them all in the right place if I give you all the right markers? What about the more simple rainbow flag? Which flag has colors that are easier for a closeted kid to integrate into their own artwork